Are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
What up? It's your man, I Make Mad Beats, live from outer space and Unapologetic Studio. And this is another episode of Type Beat, a producer podcast where we talk about all things producer, all things engineer, all things, honestly, whatever we want to talk about. And today, we got the cast and some special guests. Shout yourselves out, please. LJ.
Check. LJ1S. Well, since you're here, I guess I'll introduce you. So, before we get into the topic and stuff, just a bit about you. This is Shaniqua. I know you more so for marketing, and I've seen you're involved in entertainment as well. So with today's topic, it's like super dope to have you here. But yeah, Shaniqua Foster. Yeah. I guess keep going. Before I was finna jump to topics, I don't want to do that yet, so my bad.
Oh, unique, period.
I love the period.
Thank you.
Kid Maestro. Also, Unseen.
Life's lucky.
Let me change that.
And C Major.
Hold on. I got y'all. Hold on. Let me.
Cool. Let's make sure we
I got you.
good with that.
So, you know what I'm saying? We got a few,
A few options.
This,
you know what I'm saying? Lucky, right? You know, Wade. Hello.
hello.
What's up, guys?
Cool.
And then we got C Major.
C Major's in the house as well.
Hey.
Lucky said I put this shit on, so
Put it on.
I wanted to show it up. Pause.
And did. Now y'all off camera.
Good. All right, man. So we got a hell of an episode lined up today. LJ, what are we talking about today, my guy?
Man, so early this morning, apparently there's a Drake leak out. So of course we're going to talk about the rap beefs, if there's one, if you've heard this or not, But we're going to get into that. The Cole apology. Just the state of hip hop right now. But so we got that, and we're going to talk about art and getting paid to perform. Artists getting paid to perform. Is it worth it? Like, what's your approach? Should you exposure? Should you pay to perform? Stuff of that nature. And then of course we have the Underground AF playlist. So yeah.
Where we starting off?
Yeah, where we starting?
This is a good one.
Yeah, right.
Man. Well, since you're here, Shaniqua. So
me?
yeah. Because I feel like this is more so your lane, as far as dealing with artists, entertainment, in general. So you spoke on something recently about artists getting paid to perform and stuff of that nature. Before we really dive into it, I just want to, share your perspective on it.
So me personally, how I feel is they have it. That's the thing about me and my mindset. They have the money to pay you. If you don't ask for it, they're not going to give it to you. The people that are not paying you are paying someone else. The only thing is you did not ask for it. So when people say we're not paying artists and stuff like that, I literally watched them pay my artists. So they're telling you they're not going to pay you. So the time they can pay you and will pay you if you have a manager like myself, or if you're just more stern about it. And if they don't want to pay you, let it be an opportunity. Okay, maybe it's an opportunity. Someone's going to be there. It might be a stepping stone for you to be on another platform. Maybe they have somebody record, so you get the content, you get to perform in front of a crowd. If there's not payment as far as monetary in dollars, let it be an opportunity for you to advance your career. Something that's good enough to put on your one sheet. As long as it's good enough to put on there, maybe you sang for elementary school, the national anthem. Of course, they didn't pay you. But it looks good because you performed live and you sounded good.
Right.
And, somebody will give you a deal or something because of it. Not a record deal, but like, a t-shirt deal or anything of that nature. But when they tell you they ain't want to pay you and they ain't got $100 to pay you, tell them to move around. Okay? You ain't got $100 to put on the books. Like, let's be real here. You have $100. I'm not saying ask for 500. You can't bring a crowd out there big. But when I tell you these guys have it, or they just don't want to pay you, that's all it is. They don't value you. And come to a platform that will value you. That's it. You got something to offer. Don't let them just tell you ain't nothing. That's how I feel about it.
So here's my question. But first, this is my first time meeting you. So tell us a little bit about your background, like what you do, and like, you know, saying how you interface, because you mentioned you have artists, so you're a manager. Is that like your main?
So if we go back, I've been in marketing since 2019.
Okay.
But I didn't start managing like people who do entertainment until 2021. And it's all because my cousin asked me. He was an artist at the time, and he had got into a couple of bad things as far as money wise, and he didn't know if he was moving right. And my company name was Frontrunner Management at that time. So he thought I managed people, and I was like, no, I just manage companies. And they're marketing, I'm a CMO for a lot of marketing companies. So he was like, can you manage me? I was like, no, I ain't managing no artists. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then he was like, but I think you'd be really good at it. And I gave it a shot, and I just stuck with it, and here I am. So yeah, right now, I'm just working with 2 artists. That's Trippy Trippet and Jay Hicks. Those are the only 2 I'm really focused on, but I'm more of a marketing manager.
Okay.
So I'm also managing their social media platforms and curating their flow and doing everything as far as digital marketing wise and merch and things of that nature, as well as looking over like what they have going on in their career.
Okay. So with that being said, you mentioned like you saying these venues, they got money to pay you and they just not paying you because you're not asking. So my question is, do you feel like that's a fault of the venues for not offering a rate, or is it the responsibility of the artist to be like, how much you paying me? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to play there. What's your budget type jazz?
Now, business wise, I mean, honestly, I don't want to ever down talk anybody. But a lot of this stuff goes through the promoter. The club owner doesn't necessarily know what's going on. It's the promoter's job to, get the people to come out with them like that. So a lot of these promoters don't have that business mindset anyway. They look at it like, my job is to get somebody on stage. Who want to get on stage, y'all? Right. And then people, of course, they want to get on stage. They want to perform their song. They want to get out in front of people. So they excited, like, I'll do it. And I'm just like, pump your brakes. Okay? So if you don't ask, they won't. Should they ask you? Like, should they offer something? Yes, they should. But they not. Simply because of they haven't been able to do it for the last 10, 15 years. They haven't had to. So I always tell the artist, you can ask for it. And if they don't want to give it to you, then go to somebody who can. It's just that simple, because me personally, I haven't seen big opportunities come from performing in clubs. I've seen them come from maybe a festival or maybe a concert, maybe open up to somebody, but I haven't seen opportunity come from performing at local clubs. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. It could be from my lack of experience, because I'm new to it, but I've never heard no one story I got found in the club. Yeah. So, with that being said, give me $100. You ain't got 100, let me sell my own tickets. If I can sell my own tickets, let's work something out. If we can work something out, go find another sucker. That's how I look at it. But I want to teach artists that you can demand for what you offer. Because they called you. We don't call these guys. They call us. Right. Yeah. You call us, you want something, don't you?
Right, yeah.
We want you too.
Man, I used to get so tired of going to these open mics and stuff like that, and you get there and you'd have to pay to perform.
Yeah. Facts.
And then when you pay to perform, here comes Juju and them with his 10 other people paying $150 to $200 just to skip the line, and they get to skip. And they get to rap their whole fucking album for the rest of the night while the crowd goes home. And most of these believe me, I got stories. And most of these motherfucking open mics, they don't come with crowds. People don't bring their own crowd. Like half of these people that boost it, and I'm not shutting down anybody that that tries to do something to bring people out and show their creativity. I think that's an amazing thing, but when you're consistently creating a show, and every year you're bringing out the same motherfuckers that's rapping in front of the same motherfuckers that's making beats in front of the same motherfuckers that's doing poetry in front of the same motherfuckers. You ain't getting no kind of hey, let me do something with this and change your life. This and I, like you said, I found more life-changing opportunities outside of the club rather than going in the club. I've gotten hurt more going to these open mics, or even people that throw their little showcases in their little club. Oh, come on, you get they'll do the sell your tickets, but they still want half of the door or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always something.
Sell the tickets,
but here come these little cliques and stuff like that. Oh, we holding the city down. We this, that, and the other. No, like ain't nobody working together. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are working together, they're not getting enough credit for what they are doing.
Now, if I can't add just one thing
Before
you switch.
Really quick. Do you guys mind not using that mic and sharing these mics?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
That's fine. I just wanted to add that there are platforms in the city that will pay you 100% of your ticket sales.
Oh yeah.
Like my showcase, we give the artists 100%, and I actually get on a call with all the artists to make sure, like, to teach them how to market, to actually sell tickets and push their product. I'm not the only one either. There's this guy named Steve Brown who does it for comics. So he pays them, and they get their stuff out there. So if you see people are doing that, you are valued. And I don't want artists to think like it's just this hard. It doesn't have to be that hard for you.
That's right.
As long as you have a business structure and a business mindset and move your way through it. Now, don't get me wrong. You will get a lot of no's. A lot of clubs will be like, well, go on, because somebody else will do it for free. So that's why I preach, create your own lane. It's nothing for you to have your own event in the backyard and have a barbecue and play your music and bring everybody out. And then you made more money. You also use those people to build your email list or whatever you want to do with it. And then, of course, you have a fan base at this point. You have community.
Is there any situation where you personally feel like paying to play is 100% acceptable or recommended?
Yeah. So when I was managing like a couple artists before Trippy and Jay Hicks, we've paid for plenty of stuff. So I'm also speaking from experience. The things we've paid for were more so like they do a conference in Dallas every year, and it's kind of lucrative. So it's a whole bunch of A&Rs from like the top labels in the country. Like they're there. It just costs $400 for you to go perform, and you also get a one-on-one with an A&R of your choice. You know, things like that, I'm cool with paying for. Because I understand the investment of paying. Like, it's just business mindset.
Right.
But it's a couple of platforms here in Memphis that we have shows, and I'm not trying to, down anybody, but that artists have to pay $500 to perform in front of nobody.
In Memphis?
In Memphis, in front of nobody.
Wait.
It's a couple of them. We won't share no
That's
names.
very interesting.
I'm not sharing no names, but like there are platforms that are charging out their name, charging artists $300, $400, $500. They're going out to perform.
Wow.
Wait a
That's right.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna say no names either.
But
I
you
had
know
a
what I'm
homeboy
talking about.
that paid to perform, and it was supposed to be some big folks here everybody knew, and he had paid, mind you, like, the person tapped in with me and told me a certain price, and then told this dude a certain price. Well, if you get a booth, you perform for free, or whatever the case is, but you gotta pay $400 or $500 for a booth that probably come with a couple people that you can bring with you. You know what I'm saying? And the main artist, the reason why you wanted to pay to perform and something like that, they didn't even come out.
Wow.
And nothing, you got nothing back. You performed in front of the same motherfuckers. And nothing really, you know what I'm saying? Nothing came from that. And that person, when he found out that they weren't coming, the person who threw the event didn't even show up.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
No.
Like the it still ran and it still ended up being a straight turnout. Don't get me wrong, but people left and things of that nature because
They
they came to see who
yeah.
they came to see. It was cool to see your people perform, but it's like, bro, and now I can't even do that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, man. Look,
I'm just thinking like I'm not against the pay for play if you're getting me in front of people that I can't normally get
matters.
myself into. But that situation is crazy. I didn't know it was people in Memphis
all the time.
talking about
You
500
pay for those showcases
like,
and 30 people skip you, like she said. Everybody skipping.
crazy.
And what tripped me out is I done been invited to some showcases, like people don't personally ask me to be in or whatever the case is, and then I come and I was that person that didn't pay because like you asked me to come. I brought
That's
a few
my thing,
people and the
yeah.
people I was with, they end up having to pay, but people paid to skip the line, so they still wanted you to pay to perform because if you can't skip the line, guess what? And it's 30 little Ray-Rays. They done came in with 30 of their friends and you know what I'm saying? And then all of them turned up for that person and left.
Yeah,
And,
man,
and
you see that all the
looking
time.
dumb, you know what I'm saying?
You see that all the time.
I got stories too.
That's crazy. I want to speak on like something that I love that I've never heard anyone doing this, but I've definitely heard of like platforms. You know, they give you tickets, but yeah, you sell this, you pocket the money, whatever. I get that. That's cool. But my only thing with that, like, not every artist is experienced enough to even know how to go about selling tickets. So that's another side of the business that goes into it. But I love the fact that you're like, you know, we will teach you how to market yourself, at least to get something out of it. Not many people that I know of, at least the shows that I've been involved in or seen, they're approaching it that way or doing that. Hey, I mean, you're definitely the first that I've heard of. So I'm like, nah, that's crazy.
You can let it be known.
Yeah, from out of town, like you know what I'm saying. Like it's like a music fest. My bad. It's like a music fest I did like a while ago, and they gave you just sold so many tickets. You know what I'm saying. And if you were able to sell however many tickets after you sell a certain amount, it was like okay, the rest of the money yours. So however many you could sell after you promise us these 10, you give us the money for these 10, and then you know what I'm saying. So however many tickets you felt like you could sell, they gave it to you know what I'm saying. It's just things like that, but they don't do that here.
Was there a
They
guarantee
used to.
before that 10 though?
What you mean?
Were you getting paid before you sold those 10?
No, not necessarily. No, you get paid off of you from that point. But to me, that's like something that matters. What pisses me off is people that don't promote their shows because they expect you
exactly
to do it. And it's, you know what I'm saying? It's things like that that make you know what I'm saying. Artists like me or other artists just shy away from opportunities. Damn near, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
It can cause some trauma. For
Yeah,
sure.
it does. It does.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it. I've seen it a lot where like, you know, they would give the tickets and everything like that, but they're posted on Facebook or IG like once or twice. So I'm like, bro, you ain't put no.
You expect me to do all the work and then you ain't gonna give me.
And then and that's my thing. Like if.
And a lot of these promoters don't even bring their own crowd.
They don't. They expect.
my God.
They expect your name. I'm sorry, my bad.
Nah, you good?
They expect your name to do it for them. Like,
Period.
and then if you popular in the city, they like, oh, okay. Well, if I invite 4 popular motherfuckers in the city to perform, that's it. I don't
But
have to do shit else.
that's my thing too, and I feel like this is also why a lot of the people that I seen that were upset about it. They're upset because I feel like when you try to work with someone who has a following and everything like that, they're gonna come with their own audience.
people,
So you're gonna have to pay them because they're packing, you know, and those are the ones that typically ask for the money. Like, what's the budget for this? What we doing? Okay, this is how much time. I need to get paid for this. And these promoters, they feel a way about that. But it's like, if you're not doing the work to promote your show, and you can't call this an opportunity if the people that you're bringing on, they're only performing in front of each other.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
What if it's a small artist? Do y'all feel like where the brand itself has a bigger brand than the artist that's performing? Do you feel like in that scenario?
I feel like in those scenarios, normally...
Do you feel like that's the opportunity that's like, okay, you really don't have a following, this is the opportunity, you're going to be in front of people that you clearly don't have a draw to, we're not going to pay you.
I think
That's one of those moments that may make sense.
There's different levels to that shit.
There's definitely levels to it, and that's what I tell everybody. But I want to also let people like just expand your mind outside of just the club. Okay, it's a lot of platforms that want entertainers and performers. As far as not even just festivals, schools, high schools will let you go turn up. I'm talking about they will. Hey, can we come to your school? They're like, yes, come to my school. Only to talk to the kids and get them something different than just sitting in the classroom. Even if it's not there, a community center, a rec center, a tennis match. Like, people will give you the opportunity because it's something different. So if you're a smaller artist and you like, I do need the experience. I'm big on practice. I'm big on exposure. I'm big on all that. I agree with a lot of things the promoter said. Like, some of them were speaking facts, even though they were just want to, hound me. But some of them were speaking facts. You do have to practice as an artist. You do need exposure. You do need experience. But there are many platforms that will allow you to hop on there. So if you're a smaller artist, you shouldn't even be trying to talk to the clubs just yet, because they gonna treat you like that. Maybe you should go to the little schools, the little community centers, the little cool look. You ever see those movies where it's like an artist performing in front of some kids? You're like, what is he doing? You know? But he's practicing to get some exposure out there, and it's also giving back to the community. So just broaden your, perspective on how you think you can move in your career. It's so many ways, and the more artistic and creative you get, the more you'll see the chances you have with your artistry.
That's right.
You just got to get real creative with it.
That's right.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, let me chime in on this right quick, man. So like, I think like whenever, I guess I should put myself on the screen. So like whenever I see discussions like this on social media, like I know that it's gonna like go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna go crazy for these two main reasons. Number one, people are gonna feel the need to defend themselves and their own practices. And when people defend themselves and their choices, things can get way beyond the objective, right? That's number one. Then number two, I don't think topics of this nature do well on social media because it requires a bit of nuance. And social media is a very polar space. You know what I'm saying? People love Tupac or Biggie. It's very rare to find people who I like this Pac song and this Biggie song. You know what I'm saying? And that's just an analogy for the kind of like, it's not all black and white, right? That I tend to see, nuance will just get murdered on social media. And so as I'm thinking about this topic, there's like three different lanes of this topic, right? The first lane is like artists getting paid to do a show. The second lane is artists paying to do a show. The third lane is artists doing a show for free, right? Which can kind of feel like a subset of the first one, but it's actually different, right? And so then you want to ask yourself, okay, are any one of those always right or always wrong? And my answer is no, right? In my experience, none of those answers has a 0 or 1 value, because it always depends, and it depends on this. It depends on how you define free. That's how you define payment, how you define something being mutually beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And I think if it to be mutually beneficial, it requires dead presidents, well then yeah, some of those got hard yays and nays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, yes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, if there is an opportunity there or a value being brought to the table that you haven't, won't, or just don't want to, and you can thrive or gain from that value based on this association, you just got paid. You just got paid. You know what I'm saying? You may not have, I look at it like this. I still break everything down to dollars. If $5,000 went into this showcase, right, whether that be the venue, the promotion behind it, the marketing behind it, doing all the things to get people there, you know what I'm saying? And I desperately need a show because I'm about to drop a song or whatever. Okay, somebody just paid $5,000, you know what I'm saying, to make all of this happen, right? And now I don't have to pay none of that to get a show. You know what I'm saying? It can be as simple as that. But I think what matters most is, this is how I feel about relationships in general, right? Anybody in a relationship, you know who makes the rules for that relationship? You and that person. That's it. Right? No, not your parents, not nobody else on social media giving you advice. I'm gonna be honest. You set the rules of your relationship with that person, right? Because y'all the two people who have to live this relationship, right? And so I feel the same way about your career. I think there's a clear difference between any advice I would give to anybody. I would probably speak in much more of a nuanced term or tone versus what I would do and versus what I have done. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I'll put it like this. There's a room where it's like if somebody came to Mad Beats and said, hey, yo, Mad, we want you to pay to perform here. I might say, fuck no. I'm not paying nobody to perform. You know how many shows I done did? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And at the same time, you know what I'm saying? if Earth Gang is on tour and they need some openers for 10 cities and there's a cost to that, fuck yeah, I'm gonna pay.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Again, like it's circumstantial. It's not black and white, you know. But I also think though, if I love what y'all said earlier about its levels. You know what I'm saying? I also feel like though, if you have not explored the multiple levels, you're gonna think from one level.
Facts. That's yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your perspective will be from this one level.
That's
Right? Like maybe you've been a part of showcases where you paid and there was 7 niggas in the audience and it was clearly a bad scenario to pay for that. And now you out here saying nobody should pay for nothing, right? And that's probably because you haven't paid on a showcase or on a show or on a tour, right? Where there's 700 people in the crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And there's a clear reason where even if just a simple association of you being on that flyer has done something for your career.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Again, it's up for you as an artist to know where you are, assess where you are, and then determine this. Let's stop using, like for me, I don't like using terms like get paid, get money. I tend to think about what is mutually beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's other things. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of things. I got a lot of trophies. I got a lot of all this stuff. I still definitely do stuff for free if it's mutually beneficial.
That's right.
Right? I don't do anything if it's not mutually beneficial because then you're just trying to use me, and I'm not doing that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Not me. Maybe somebody else. You know what I'm saying? and that person might have something to gain by being used. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Like it's got to be a win-win scenario. And so yeah, I like to open the doors to like, sometimes I tell my homies all the time, like, yo, you don't have to pay me. Like, just help us get paid.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's how I feel like I'm done. You know what I'm
Nah, I super agree. You don't have to get paid in money. Like I always think about that. But do y'all feel like any of these models, like, because I mean, you mentioned some bad experiences on these showcases, and so have you, like when you pay to play and people can skip the line and all of these things. Do you feel like there are any of those kinds of practices or something like it where you feel like it's predatory? Like it's the model itself is like, this is fucked up for you to even be like trying to do it this way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And if I'm being real, I think that is what spawns the negative sentiment. You know what I'm saying? It is people, it's kind of PTSD, right? It's people responding to predatory practices, and predatory practices thrive in spaces filled with desperation.
That's right.
Where everybody's desperate to get on. Everybody's just like, whatever I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And there's somebody ready to take your money for whatever you got to do, you know, and then that burns you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But, you know, I think there's a lot of trauma. And, you know, and I mean, I'm just being honest. I think there's a lot of trauma. I think there's a lot of trauma.
Because I just thought about like that whole thing, like it's a showcase and you pay to get on, and it reminds me of like those comedy open mics, same situation. And I guess you could pay to skip the line, but like I'm just thinking about it, like that's not something that from what y'all described I would want to be a part of. But man, if the space looked great and the sound was like pristine, right? And maybe there wasn't the whole skip the line jump, but if I can just get like a really good like sounding performance, even captured on the phone, but even better yet, like come record it and it just looks dope because it's got like a thing. That would be fire, because you're just paying to use like, it's like you paying to use like a studio almost, like a performance studio.
You get content. It's things you get out of it.
Me purposely, I always
even if
say,
there wasn't nobody there, bro. Like if it just looked crazy, I'll come in there, bro.
I just say take advantage of the situation too. A lot of times these guys don't know what happened till they get there, right? But outside of that, I always say go prepared. You know, like when we do shows, even no matter the level, we try to get as many people to go as possible. We bring our phones, we bring our cameras. So even the situation is bad, we're making the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? But even if it's like a slow crowd, like say if it's just 12 people in the building, we'll be like, everybody come to the front of the stage. Because I got to capture this stage looking good. Like, y'all come to the front, please. Everybody come to the front. Like, we tell everybody come to the front. Like, okay. Because I got to capture this moment. But I always say, too, just do your research. A lot of times you'll find certain promoters or certain clubs have a style of the way they work. Yeah. Even when it comes to different type of events. If you do your research, you'll see, like, they have different styles. They might have the information, they might not. If you calling them and they ain't answering the phone and stuff, that's your sign. Like, I also listen to that, too. You know, that speaks, I want to touch on that. Like, so when you working, so do you are you the main person that's communicating with like the venue or a promoter that reaches out for one of your artists, or does the artist have any direct contact at all in your situation? So with one artist, he has a phone, and I'm able to tap in on that phone at any time. So he'll answer it. If he feels though he can't answer to his best ability, I take over the call. Okay. If he got a funny feeling about it or he just not sure, or they talking terms that he ain't never heard before, then I handle it because he's very independent. My other client, I could be saying client, but they're like my family, but my other client, I handle everything. Yeah. Only because we're building him back up to just know what to look for and stuff. He's one of those guys that just been through trauma, like paid over $2,000 before, dealt with certain things. So he just like, you know what, you handle it. You handle it. So it just depends on the person. But most of the times I am talking to the venue. If it's a personal person, like a promoter that they know, they'll handle it for themselves and they'll deal with it, ask me about it, and I get my advice, and then they just make their own decision. But if it's something bigger, they're like, nah, I need you to handle this, only because it's contracts involved. Okay, so in those scenarios, right, when you specifically for shows, like how much communication is had on the technical side, like sending in input lists, stage plots, that side of like the production of the performance? Because I find, like, we've done so many shows with so many different organizations, and I find that part of the communication determines a lot of how the show ends up. Yeah,
that's the litmus test. That's the litmus test. Yeah, absolutely. Like
that part, like on both sides. And so, like, I'm just wondering, like, how important has that been for you, like, to be educated on what, how production works versus like just the communication on that side of the game? Because like, you be thinking it'd be a dope opportunity, and then you talk to the people and you be like, oh wow, like if I didn't advocate for myself, if I didn't know what I needed, like I would have showed up and they just would have, it just would have been whatever, or this, that, and other. Like, so do you have any experiences with that you can like touch on? Or? The only thing I would add in is because I have experienced different, like different levels of how the performances may be. Because I have the opportunity to also being a full-time entrepreneur, I'm very hands-on with the people that I work with. So I don't mind talking to you for 30 to an hour just to make sure this is right. Right. Or you get whatever you need, because I also want to make my art look professional as possible. I want to make sure it look professional so that way they can also get more opportunities. I talked to his manager. She was so cool. I look for that kind of vibe. So in that process, I ask as many questions as I possibly can without it being more so like an interrogation. I get the information I need. Even if something I don't know, I research it, I ask, I don't mind asking, Right. Even if it's a term I don't know, like, what does that mean? I'm new, what does that mean? I'll make sure that we are well informed. That way we don't have these issues anymore. And even if the person don't know, I ask them, well, can you find out and get back to me? And let me know what's a good time to call you. I do good at follow-up. I follow up all the time. I might call you yesterday, I'm going to call you tomorrow in the morning. And I'm letting you know, like, hey, can I give you a call in the morning? They're like, yeah, sure. But that's part of, like, why I work so well, because I don't mind speaking up for my artists. Yeah. I don't mind making sure everything's like set in stone and right. And they just come from actually building rapport with these people, making sure they know you're trustworthy and not being like a mean manager, like one of those type of guys like, it's 1,000, no, it ain't. I'm not like that. I just like to communicate with them, make sure everything is good. And usually it turns out for the best, even if something is not, maybe if we don't do it, but the relationship is still there to the point where like they have something else going on, we'll do it if it does fit, or they grow into something better. I hope that answers
Absolutely. I just want to shout out everybody chiming in, different comments. Everybody seems to be in support of the ideas spoken. I'm waiting on that one comment that's like, nah, man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting to see what happens. Yeah, exactly.
How do y'all feel about venues taking a cut of the merch?
Yeah. All right. I'm about to open it up. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro, that's a
real joke.
Fam, that's like a major thing. Like I don't think it's hit Memphis yet, but like that's a regular, bro. Especially, definitely at the upper levels. Yeah. Like, but like these mid-side venues, yeah, they're taking they have a merch cut or whatever, and so you report your sales, and then you pay out a piece of it. That's
I'll be outside out the trunk with it. You know, meet me by the car.
Is it like covering a vendor fee or something?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like workers for your state.
Is it like a POS, like kind of like we would do with the Grizzlies? Like they got to go through their POS.
It's so usually for when all my reading on this, like bands.
All of my readings on this.
Bands, and, so at the top level, most artists they usually come supply. They have their own situation, but the venue, yes, they do supply like people to help with that. On lower like mid-sized junts, usually like if it's like a band, whatever, they're selling their own merch, but there's a person there, basically counting. You know what I'm saying? Making sure you ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a person to assist in it. Well, I think it's flexible. Wow. Like if they need help, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't deny it, but their job is to be the representative for that side. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
hold on. All right, so hold on. Just I know he brought up the topic and all of us was like, yo, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. Feel me. Relax. Let me matter of fact, let me get on the camera. Yeah, hold on. So like I'm saying though, so what if it's like, look, we opening up a new Billionaire Boys Club in Chicago or something, right? We want to bring you out to perform. You know what I'm saying? All we want is 20% of merch sales, right? At a Pharrell Billionaire Boys Club event / clothing store. How you responding?
I mean, that's one of those situations where I feel like it's paying your dues. Like it's like
20% to Pharrell is paying dues.
What I'm saying is, I think the practice is. I think the practice itself is like hell no. Like that's how I feel. So it's just paying dues.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, let me speak on this. All right, so like
they got in.
I mean, y'all know this. Yeah. So no, I agree, man. Like Like there are things that I'm saying that I understand that I would never do. I would. I mean, y'all know. Like I don't. I mean, I don't even do no. Just being an artist and having done hundreds of shows at this point. Like I don't even do like I wouldn't do any sort of door split or whatever. I'm just gonna. How much do you need to do this? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if I can pay it, then I'm gonna pay it. If I can't, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Because I know as an artist how much like certainty matters. You know what I'm saying? How much that makes me feel good about the performance and that I'm being cared for and that I'm being valued as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to feel all of that and then bring that to the stage. Like I want them to go a little bit further than they would normally on the stage of a show that we throwing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I might just be like, what you need? Boom. And just watch them be happy, knowing that like, over here, they got to go through these hoops and over here. But with Mad Beats or with Unapologetic, we just got to check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, boom, all right, I'm a rehearse maybe 1 or 2 extra times. I'm going to have a violinist on stage, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that goes back into the show, into the brand. And so that's how I tend to operate. Meanwhile, operating outside of that, I still understand that. I still understand the variety of ways promoters or event coordinators can arrange these things. I just choose to operate this way because this is my morale. I also think that because I am an artist and I'm surrounded by artists, that I'm always going to be sensitive to that. You know what I'm saying? Now, regarding this whole merch junk,
It's happening, bro.
yeah, it is happening. It's absolutely happening. I've seen. I got some homies out of Nashville dealing with that.
Hey, I think that's wild. That's wild to
So don't
me.
go to Nashville.
Bro,
No, bro. see, this is the thing.
it's crazy.
The problem is, okay, so the narrative, it's a couple sides. One part of the narrative is just like, especially now, but this was happening before the pandemic, but especially now after pandemic, venues are having a hard time.
Yeah.
Like they
Harder
have
time
a hard
than ever.
time getting people
Yeah.
in, right?
Harder time than ever.
And they depend on alcohol sales and door, right? That's what they get, right?
Yeah.
And so when that's not sustaining junk and artists want these guarantees, it's like, okay, we got to figure out other parts. And so, okay, it's basically like a space, like a holding space junk. Like you can basically rent out this space to sell your
I was
stuff.
just about to say,
You
like,
know what I mean?
like being a vendor in the space. I could get it to that.
That's. I feel like that's a different.
That'd
Yeah.
have to be
That's
what it.
why I asked
It'd
like,
have to.
paying vendor fees?
Yeah, and it'll
That's wild.
have
That's
to be
kinda
like
what it is.
it'll
That's
have
wild.
to be like that and nothing.
But that.
In my
But
opinion,
let me
nothing
pay
else.
$250 to vend.
And then I could just sell all mine and keep my. That's how I feel about it.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
That'll have to be included in on what I'm doing. Like I gotta come in there motherfucker and and I'm gonna sell my. Can I sell my merch? Those things matter as far as like when you're talking about doing shows and when y'all like, you know what I'm saying, situational, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, cool, I could come in here and do X, Y, and Z. Like if it's a straight little crowd in here, I can bring my hats in. You know what I'm saying? Even if I do have to give you $100, whatever, it's like, okay, cool, but can I bring my merch in here? Can I sell it in here? Can I set up me a little corner in here? And then I can still, you know what I'm saying? So I still have that, and you got the people. So I don't know.
I feel like a lot of these venues charge people or charge artists a percentage of their merch because they rather buy the merch more than they, patronize the venue when they get there, when the crowds get there.
and that's
Well,
the
hold
thing.
on. So let me. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, you're partly right. Like,
Yeah.
there's these pieces of money, and like the venue feels like they're providing the space, right? And to be able for this whole production to happen, and there's a whole revenue stream while they're struggling, quote unquote struggling.
Yeah.
That they're not getting a piece of. So it's like, hey, we need a piece of this too. A lot of people feel like, well, are we getting a piece of the alcohol? Like
Right.
as an artist? Like, it's not an all around
So-
kind of split up joint.
So this is my general take on this. This is my general take on this, man. This music industry has been like slowly collapsing for like the past 20 years, right? And with every fracture in its structure, it just takes more from the artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we lost that? Well, now the artist, 10% is gone from you. Now it's with us. You know what I'm saying? And what I would urge, again, does all of this make logical and objective sense? Having to, get out of the red and into the black and all this stuff. I understand all that shit. But what I guess I'm asking people to do is that instead of just taking more out of the artist's pocket, why not just get creative? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. It's like, if at this current rate, like if we at taking some of the merch money, what's next, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like we already ain't getting paid.
Right.
It's 16 million people listening to your album and you made $50. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what is next? And at some point it's like everybody trying to make it is gonna kill this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta get creative. You gotta find a way, you gotta innovate, you gotta find another way to get what you need. You know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, when everything just collapses onto the artist's pockets, to me that's lazy.
Yeah.
That's lazy.
And then it's like, it's kind of like a third party jaunt too. So there are venues, and this is mostly happening at mid-sized venues, right? Like the jaunts where it's like, okay, now this is dope to play here, and you can like,
Right.
this is the place where you really can't eat off merch if you fill that place up, right? So there are venues that are taking a stance right now. We're for the artists and we refuse to do this practice, right? But a lot of venues, what's happening is Live Nation is basically signing venues,
Yep.
and they're bringing these large acts to these spaces, right? And they just have to conform to standard practices as a Live Nation venue, right?
Yep.
So Live Nation is bringing the most popular acts everywhere, you know what I'm saying, on tour. Like, this is the booking company that everybody's using. It's like, hey, we want to get your venue on our roster as long as you conform to these standards. This guarantees a certain level of exposure and income and influx of people, you know what I'm saying, to keep that venue open, right? And part of those standardized practices are merch fees. And so a lot of these venues, like, when they sign this, like, they don't really have a choice. Like, they have their Live Nation is their boss. Like, this is what they got to do, or else they're in violation. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah, the merch fee, that's crazy.
it's getting deep, y'all.
Because
deep.
it's wild to me, because I'm also thinking, like, am I buying this merch myself? Like, I have to provide the merch.
Yeah, bro.
So I got to pay for it, bring it there. Then you taking a cut of what?
You're not making people. This
That's
is
crazy.
a lot of artists.
You made the design.
That's some consignment shit.
A lot of
you
it.
take your shit to another store and they selling it. That's why I say
They
they
give
get
a
employees
percentage
in the
back.
facility for
Yeah.
this. It makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
I mean,
that makes
you
that
set
makes
up a
sense.
merch. It's like a show. It's exactly what you imagine, and they may help you sell it.
Yeah, that's what and that makes sense.
Yeah.
And if they
Yeah.
got the space for you, but if you bring your own table, your
Right.
own
people.
your own POS,
Right.
you the one selling it.
That's crazy.
That's, bro, it is. That's what's happening. Is what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
tell
what-
you.
that's-
And you got to perform
And,
too.
and a lot of, like, you know, we know how much vinyl costs, and, like, you know,
Yeah.
t-shirts. You only making like around $8 a junk, and then you getting 30%, 20% taken off of that.
that's right.
Like, it's like a lot of
Damn,
independent
they're one
artists
show.
have stopped touring because it just doesn't make financial sense.
I want to time out. I just want to deliver a helpful tip.
So,
And this is with anybody, doesn't matter what level you're on, but it does take a little more entrepreneurship route of you know, handling your business. If you just build your own community, and we have the tools now to do it. You got digital marketing all the way that can build your own community. I have my own little community. Artists have their own community. People who just take pictures of random stuff have their own community. You will find that it's very self-fulfilling and profitable if you just do your own thing. Now, I know everybody wants to be, like, super famous and stuff, but the problem is we don't all have the funds to take a loss. So when you have the money going to these platforms, it don't matter if you have the money.
That's it.
The problem is we don't have the money. So take the time to build your community. You can sell your shirts and stuff online. You can have an online community where they can pay $45 a month. You can just hop in and get them whatever they need. You can preset all that stuff. Just get your money right, get your business in place. And then when you go to these platforms, if they do it, it's more of a, well, I got the money, ain't gonna hurt me. I'm here for opportunity only. And that's just how I want to preach. Just like use these tools, social media, reaching out, getting brand deals, PR deals, all that stuff. Run your money up. So when you go, it don't hurt you. You just there like, it is what it is. I'm just here for the opportunity.
Right.
and with that being said, man, real quick, man, shout out to the Unapologetic World app. Shameless, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, available for iOS and Android devices, you know what I'm saying? We building our own community as well. It's got a whole bunch of things in there, from movies to music to random opinions. Right now, this episode is streaming live in the app, you know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Nikita. And yeah. But I think, I mean, I agree, man. I think, you know, we keep expecting, man, I think when the game changes, I think one of the easiest ways to display entitlement is to expect the same outcomes and the same results as if the game did not change, right? And so it's first to recognize, like, okay, this game is, I don't know if a game changed more than the music game in the last 20 years. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be prepared to innovate. You got to be prepared to say, okay, this changed. How do I, maneuver, And it's not going to be pretty at first. That's the thing, is I think a lot of people are afraid of not looking pretty, looking like they trying too hard, looking like, it's a when innovation in the beginning will look like you trying to grow an afro and you ain't got that first lineup yet. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time, it takes patience, and then eventually you'll get there. And that's kind of where, we've kind of been. I mean, in the beginning, using the Unapologetic World app, it was hard to get people off of Instagram, Facebook. I mean, it still is to some extent. But now that there's a lot more momentum in it and there's a lot more going on, there's a lot more programming and content, et cetera, at this point we have thousands and thousands of downloads. We get traffic every day. And we have a world that is completely independent from social media. And this allows us to connect with our audience directly, you know what I'm saying? And once you can do that, just to go back to the very beginning of this conversation, at the end of the day, man, let me be clear about something, bro. We can talk all about what it's supposed to be and what's right and what's wrong. But guess what, man? There's nothing in this world to say any of this shit is supposed to be fair. You better arm yourself and get ready for war. This is not, nobody is gonna, oh, that's unfair to you? All right, let's change everything. That's not gonna happen, dog. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So what are you gonna do so that way when the hammer comes down, you good. You gotta build your own world with your own rules in that world. And if you're not willing to do that, then you gotta suffer the consequences of this world. Yeah. And it's really as simple as that, bro. If somebody told you 10 years from now, it will never be hotter than 32 degrees, and you didn't go get a whole bunch of jackets and coats, what you gonna say? Yo, it's unfair, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you about to perish, fam. That's it. I gotta break out words like perish. You feel me? Perish, fam. Like you about to perish. No matter what going your stone, no matter what sadness happens, what are you doing, bro? At the end of the day, the game is changing. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna die complaining and knowing that people agree with you? Or are you gonna live? I'm gonna live. Yeah. So adapt or die.
I love it. Adapt or die. I love that. I gotta be on the shirt now. Yeah, we gotta.
That's a whole shirt.
I'm good.
Adapt or die. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying. Like, how many conversations can we have about what is fair when we know the world don't function on what is fair? That's a figment of our imagination conversation. Like, what rules on planet Earth are following it should be fair? Yeah. None.
Yeah. Preparing for apples, grapes.
Nah. Get your weapons and prepare for war. It's not gonna be fair, dog.
It should be
That's the fair. Like, what are we doing? That's real. We paying to live, so you already know. Like, we already for. Yeah.
Is it fair that J. Cole apologized?
Damn. Damn. That's where we going now? That's the segue?
That's hilarious.
Is it fair to him that we all upset that he didn't want to, you know what I'm saying, be confrontational? J. Cole made up his own rules for his own world. It's Cole World.
Man, that world ain't cold at all.
According to Drake GPT, is Drake.
That's what I'm here.
Drake GPT.
Adaptation runs the world. That's real. Big shout out Tylen. Big shout out Eric.
Bro.
Big shout out Rico. Big shout out Dino Star Seed. Yeah. Big shout out everybody in the chat making some noise, man. Man, are we officially moving on?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
J. Cole got to pay merch fee.
Yeah. So
world tour.
I mean,
what you doing? You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
It's the braids for me.
I feel like this is we're not gonna get a copyright strike.
Nah, because it ain't Drake. So it's AI. Hold on. Is it AI? Raise your hand. Damn, we got one voter for AI.
Right.
You gonna raise your pinky?
I'm 2%. I'm 2%. I'm 2%.
Yeah.
I ain't even heard this.
Hey man, hold up. Give my man on camera, man. Get passing the mic. Passing the mic. Hey, introduce yourself, man. Hold on. Let me make sure we good. Yeah. Hold on. All right. What up?
How y'all doing? Unapologetic Records. Appreciate y'all having me.
What's your name, brother?
Poncho.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Slick Mouth Click.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Trippy Music.
Yeah.
And we here, man. What's up?
Indeed. That's what's up. We wanted to let y'all know who was in the building today. You know what I'm saying? Man, Anon said, unless you got some crazy connections or money, you need to be a DIY artist. I mean, that's facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Hey, man.
Technology. Adapt or not.
Adapt or not.
All right.
Immortalize yourself.
Hey, we all thought what just happened with Drake was going to happen with Cole.
Yeah.
Like, who we all thought that.
Yeah.
We all thought Drake was gonna play the game and you know.
Hold on. I thought Drake was gonna respond.
You thought Drake was gonna respond?
I definitely thought.
I wasn't sure, bro.
I just didn't know
Cap.
Cap was gonna apologize.
I definitely didn't know Cole was gonna apologize. I wasn't sure if Drake was gonna respond. Like with Drake, it can go either way, you know.
To see Drake share this for me.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the thing.
I'm with you on
It's
that.
up in the air, bro.
We are talking about.
That's all.
So
I believe in him.
part of
I think it's him.
I think for the love of hip hop in me wants to believe that it's Drake, but I've like soon as like this started, I started seeing AI shit. So that was my whole thing. Like I don't even know, bro, but I feel like he's too on point with some things for it to be AI.
ChatGPT be on point too, bro.
But it's still
No, it don't.
it's still programmed. It's still programmed.
Hey, not even 4.0 like that. It be making mistakes.
Yeah, you still got to program that.
Yeah.
Where is that champagne?
I'm gonna say my theory and I'm gonna dip. This ain't AI, but this is the ghostwriter. This the new version. This the new age of the ghostwriter. Hold me up. This the new age of the ghostwriter. This the take that they sent 40 and then Drake go into the lab and then he like smoothed it out because that's why Drake was saying. Drake said some wild shit. They got Drake saying what he said. Shut your whole ass up.
Make some drugs.
Drake don't be talking like that. So Drake would have smoothed that shit out and did it the Drake way. But nah, we got the leak of the junk they sent 40. My legs tired.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Drake ain't posted for 15 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's
No, for real.
the only.
I saw the video tonight.
It was so strategic though. Like, okay, let's just assume it is AI for a second.
Okay.
The fact that it's a iPhone screen recorder and leak super hides it. That's what makes it like you can't really tell. Because to me, what made me think it was AI, it was just it's just kind of lo-fi for something I think Drake would like put out, right? And so, but it being a random audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 John, and then that's a screen recording of that joint.
Right.
It's just like, okay, where's the lo-fi part coming from? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think AI, if it was truly AI, I don't think it would make like the level of quality that, you know what I'm saying, we would be used to from hearing from a Drake song.
I wonder what an AI Drake sound like.
That's
ain't
easy.
him.
You go
on TikTok and find that.
Yeah, you can find that.
But but the lyrics though, bro, AI don't write like that.
That's what I was
Nobody
saying.
is that good, bro.
Yeah.
Now,
I heard nothing from AI that sound that good though.
and if it's a ghostwriter that used the AI like
That's why
voice changer, then that nigga dope. Kendrick needs to respond.
You need to respond.
Well, you need to respond to that.
But like, bro, as the artist, like, how do if this isn't Drake, like being Drake, how do you respond? Like, because this is going crazy now.
You go and sign that nigga. You go sign that nigga. You sign him to PG Lane and write the.
Man, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
That's wild.
You sign that bro, and then this Drake.
Hey, that's
Dude,
Or what you do is
Hold
put out the AI
on,
Kendrick verse.
hold on, bro. Hold on. Shout out to this AI discussion, bro. But like, I think I'm more interested in the underneath the assumption of that is Drake. Now, let's have that discussion. That was really Drake.
that was Drake.
Now what?
I mean,
Hell yeah,
Kendrick
Drake.
responds.
Kendrick, bro.
Kendrick responds.
Yeah.
Drake got a song. Now Kendrick, it's not feature time. Now he got to do a song. You know what I mean?
What?
Okay, so what you think of the diss though?
It was crazy. It was worthy of a response. That jump was definitely like,
Yeah.
it was disrespectful. He came at
Number one, it was disrespectful.
he came at multiple. I ain't never
He
heard.
disrespected the producer that made the diss track
Everything.
for his-
That's what I'm saying. I ain't never heard.
What he said?
like
I ain't never heard a producer get disrespected that
Yeah,
hard.
bro.
He let them folks have it.
He said, "Sit your whole ass drunk and make some drums."
Make some drums.
like
He very much.
Don't tap on the lunch
He
on
very
the
much
table.
addressed the same thing Kendrick was addressing. Niggas clicking up to beat me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my favorite part was when because to me, the most pointed, direct shot at Drake from Kendrick was when he said Prince outlived Mike Jack.
Yes, there's a difference between
He was
Mike back
bro,
then
and then
right
said,
now.
"What's a prince to a king?" Bro, I was like, "Yes, respond directly to what this nigga say. It's rap." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, there we go.
like, respond to what he say. You know
Bro,
what I
because
mean?
I'm tired of all these niggas talking about some like, no, hip hop is changing. Cole is, bro, shut that shit up, bro. No one felt that Kendrick and Cole was gonna have this was real beef. I think just the hip hop, like we just love.
We kind of did.
Nah, not Cole and Kendrick.
Well, not necessarily a beef, but a real lyrical.
Right.
Beef.
I think that's what we
I
wanted.
think that's what he did at the start. Like, nah, niggas
Yeah.
got it. It's just me.
So
Like,
for Cole,
In a wet spot.
I feel you, but I think Kendrick Lamar, when I think he.
Kendrick Lamar.
I feel like K Dot really like he really be like actually making it personal. I feel like that's how he gets into like I feel like he's not afraid of being like we not friends no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Over some rap stuff. Like I feel like Kendrick actually is cool with just not being bros with J. Cole no more. Like I feel like he was ready for that to happen. I don't think J. Cole. And I feel like J. Cole knows, you know what I'm saying?
Cole still hurt. That man ain't calling right now.
And I feel like Drake is ready to be like, nah, we ain't cool no more. Like I feel like I feel like those two are actually ready for that to be a real outcome, and J. Cole's different. So I actually do feel like that, like this is like a drawing a line in the sand type moment is like a real thing for both of them in their minds. I think it is personal. I mean, particularly with those two, like because this kind of goes back far.
With Drake and Kendrick, of course. Yeah, but Cole, it was more so like I don't feel Kendrick said anything to him that made it feel like a beef.
Didn't.
It was more so like, oh, okay, you ready to rap now, nigga? That's how I took it.
But J. Cole and J. Cole said your albums was trash, and he was like, "Bro, I stepped out of line because he."
No, he was wrong for saying that damn
bro.
shit. He knows
That's why he apologized.
Exactly.
But look, even still though, like I think. But that's what I'm saying. Even still, I just think about like just rap beef in general, bro. I highly doubt that like Jay-Z truly dislike Nas songs, like in a sense of like, nah, this shit's trash. Like he listened to this shit, he studied it. Like if Jay-Z didn't fuck like at least feel Nas on that level, he would never responded.
Right.
So I don't feel that like. You can say like your albums was trash. That don't necessarily mean I mean that shit. Niggas laugh about the shit.
Nah, but that's the thing. Then that's where integrity come in. J. Cole got more integrity than these niggas,
bro.
man.
Well, I don't know, but Jay might have said Nas shit was bad, but Nas was dropping some whack shit. He wouldn't be like your album whack, but he was like
true.
Gucci Wally, like this shit whack. Like,
True.
Like just like the Drake started out like with some shit Cole could have did. The nigga, how you big step
and that was my whole bro. That was my whole thing. Like if you're saying it's not a beef, bro, leave it to like 2 to 4 bars, keep it pushing. Let niggas know I hear you, bro, but you know this is why I'm at with it. You made a whole song, and this what really irritated me though, because it's on some. I mean, this is why, like, when I look at the business side of it, it's definitely on some marketing shit. First off, you drop a project out of nowhere, and then this song was the last song. So you have to listen to the whole project.
Y'all feel like
you gotta listen to the whole project.
But I'm saying if you're seeking, but that's what I'm saying. If you're seeking for the response, you're gonna listen to the whole thing because you're like, okay, I know this nigga got a response. Like that's where everyone was at.
Yeah, I think they pressure. I think it was. I don't feel like that man. I don't know. I think. That he didn't want to respond, but the word you say he was. Why would you do that? I don't think he wanted to. I think he didn't want to respond.
You talking about Cole?
I don't think he wanted to respond. I think we made him feel like he needed to survive.
I said the media got him.
Because that's something that man originally don't do. Like he'll throw loose.
Wait. You saying his bars was trash in general or just on the junk?
just on the jet. I say his delivery was trash, his bars was trash, his lines was trash.
It's like he didn't want to do it.
It's straight dookie shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like straight.
But that's why.
And then what?
He say, hold up now. Hold up.
You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying though. Like,
they didn't stink. Okay, listen.
damn.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, but look though.
Hold on, put the. Hold on. Pass my G the mic, man.
You thought the song was hard though, right?
I had to delete the album after that apology.
He deleted it.
Nah, I deleted that now. Change that title, bro. I don't like that.
But that's
Damn. My G said he deleted.
It's all because the apology. I mean, we all thought like Cole, like okay, it's Kendrick and Drake, but we still think Cole on that level with them.
Yeah.
But honestly, with the apology, like it seemed like he don't even think he on that level with them. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, he the one that kind of came up with the big three. Like to me, it was like Drake was kind of like, nah, I'm
me.
it's big two, but I'm not two. Whatever he said on first person shooter.
Yeah.
And Kendrick, like, of course, we know how he feel. But J. Cole, man. That's crazy, bro. I lost my respect for you, bro. That's crazy. No such thing as a life that's better than yours, bro.
oh man. He got feelings, bro. He got some feelings.
Let's go.
We gotta acknowledge the bars on that joint, right?
And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like Cole is the most like I'm a human person ever. So you're not gonna tell me that like in that sense he fights against the stardom, all that shit. He's never like really been pressured to be like.
I will also say I understood what Neem said to counteract that because I was still highly pissed. I'm still slightly pissed about it, but I do understand how he came and showed his vulnerability. It is more accepted today in these times opposed to 10 to 15 years ago in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
what I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
Now, here's what I say. This I think it's the. This is what it is to me, bro. Like J. Cole. J. Cole,
Jermaine. That's that nigga name. Jermaine. This is what it is to me, bro. J. Cole.
That man is a rapper, and he be claiming like, bro, I'm about these bars, and I believe him. He is great. That nigga be like having rap camps and like, nah, we gonna get. I believe him, and he was 100% capable of holding his own and whatever was about to happen. I don't know if he would have won. And I'm not even saying that he would have lost, but he was definitely capable. It was big. It was big three as he was in that conversation for a reason. Yeah. Now, in terms of the diss itself, this is what I don't like, and this is what I do like about the whole diss apology junk. The fact that he
hold on, bro. How we talking about Drake just dropped? How we talking about
I just want to get because we didn't get to talk about this because it happened in the interim.
You're right.
Bro. J. Cole, in his diss, instead of being an amazing rapper and being creative, he said things that he didn't mean. Right? So, in that he shouldn't have did that. He is good enough to say some shit he actually feel and still kill this man. He is good enough for that. What I do respect is that he owned up. He said, nah, I stepped out of character. Now, should he have apologized? I still think he should have dropped the diss record with some stuff that he shouldn't have to apologize for. He's good enough for it. No. I'm saying the diss record, the first one, the response should have just been some shit he's good enough to not use tricks.
Girl, how can we let me see this mic. How can we look at Cole the same? If he apologized for this song, if he apologized for this, what about YKL's? Where's that little boy he ended up dissing? Dude made a whole diss song about him. He was like, "No, I ain't gonna talk about Lil Bro and his bar, giving no play and whatnot." Yeah. I'm like, nigga, you been dissing niggas all your rap career. With you sorry for that shit too?
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. He meant it. That's the thing. He meant it. This nigga wasn't speaking with integrity. That's the thing.
I just think that man just a fan. I think that man just a fan of Kendrick. And he loved that nigga, and he did not. I think he just a fan of Kendrick's, and he genuinely loved that nigga, and didn't. I feel like the world made that nigga feel like he had to say something because of who he is. Like, hip hop and rap beef and shit is not the same now. Regardless of what we say, is not the same now. Yeah. And when you talk about rappers beefing that's not like on some hip hop shit like Jay-Z and not when they not like, these niggas is killing each other, these niggas is ignorant. And I feel like we push it, like, and I ain't just saying us, but social media pushes that shit so much and takes it so far. It made him come out of character. I genuinely, even though I didn't respect the apology like that because I feel like you did that shit, stand on that shit, but I did appreciate the fact that shit, if that's not who you are, that's just not who you are. You shouldn't have did it in the first place.
That was my thing. Though, because why be one of those people that talk about I don't feed into what social media says and then feed in.
But that's what I'm saying because of who you are.
That's what I respect. That he was like, yo, I messed up.
Because of who you are.
Niggas don't allow themselves to say, I messed up.
So
that's just how I felt about this shit.
I think the answer is somewhere in the middle. At least for me, I think it's important to note that we have never seen this before in rap history. Right, we've never seen this before. So with that being said, like he don't really have no example, no public example of what it was to feel like he felt, and then how to move, right? And so the way I look at it like this is like, you ever gotten into a fight with somebody and then in the fight with them you be thinking, I don't want to fight this man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I've ever.
I absolutely have. I absolutely have. In 4th grade, shout out my G Richard. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. I remember thinking he said something slick, bro, and I remember I just swung. You know what I'm saying? And then I just remember afterwards being like, bro, I don't even feel like, I feel like I swung because people was looking at him say that to me. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, bro. Yeah, I had to do something, but then halfway through it, I'm like, I don't even really want a body dude like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hold on. Okay, but see, but I feel like, and this is where I think the divide is happening right now, is that I feel like in 2024, right? Is dramatically different from Nas and Jay era and anything before then, because now it's still embarrassing, but it is nowhere near as embarrassing to show weakness as a man as it was then. Back then, like when I got into that fight with Richard, I did feel like that. I still had to. It wasn't no backing out. It wasn't no backing out. And then afterwards, and then afterwards, after we was both suspended and we came back to school, yo, my bad, bro. I don't even know what we was doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hip hop beefs like that. Right? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hip hop beefs. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of hip hop beefs where even during it was like, man, but this is hip hop.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you tell the story afterwards. But we're now in an era where that pressure has dissipated. You know what I'm saying? Like people can say like, damn, I don't really want to do this, and there's gonna be a group of people who are like, my brother, it's good. Yeah.
I hate that shit because that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. I hate that shit.
And it's lose-lose because if he really felt that way, if he really felt that way and didn't drop a diss track, we would have still been calling him a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like we would have still been saying the same shit he's saying about him now for apologizing for doing some shit he didn't want to do in the first place.
Not wrong.
You're not wrong, but I think I know at least for me, it's more respect because for one, it takes it takes too many steps to release music. So for you knew going into I don't want to do it, and this is a guy who like again he doesn't conform to society, and he preaches that. So how all of a sudden?
But that's what I'm saying. Niggas don't gotta be perfect, and that's what we be trying to make niggas perfect, and then when somebody was like, "Yo, I'm not perfect," we be like, "No, you should have been perfect."
I can't buy that shit because, bro, that's some marketing shit, bro.
Come on.
This what it.
Hey, hold him up, bro.
No, I feel like what it really was is the Cole shit was whack. If Cole had dropped some Drake shit, if Cole shit whack, Cole knew that shit was whack, and niggas knew that shit was whack, and so I feel like if anything, that shit might have not been even genuine. He really poured that card on some like I don't.
He did say after I dropped it and then I heard the talk.
Yeah. He like I heard niggas saying my shit was whack. Yo, the shit was not bumping, bro.
It wasn't.
The shit was not hard. It was not genuine. So what?
He wouldn't have apologized.
Yeah, if he had dropped this Drake,
that's what I'm
niggas
saying.
you wouldn't have been able to
Never apologize
allow.
for shit.
You wouldn't have had time to apologize because niggas would have been like, this shit hard. Now your shit was wet.
He waited till the end of the night of the show to wait till he got on
Nah,
the main
bro.
screen and you know what, y'all. I just want to tell y'all.
You can't start the song off like that.
Some niggas walking out. Walking out.
Oh, you ain't who I thought you was.
Shirts on.
Fuck Dreamville.
Oh, shit.
What?
No, bro.
Hey, the song, because it was an intro to a song. He went into.
Love yours, right? That shit so
Oh,
But again, this goes to why I say this was awesome marketing shit, bro. This was awesome marketing shit. Like when you really think about it, like of course Cole could be the one to be like, my bad. It works with his brand. But like you said, if this shit was fire, is he apologizing?
Right, if he had apologized and it was fired, that would have been more gangster. Like,
No, but that would have had a different tone to it. Versus like,
I
bro,
don't think he would have apologized if that shit was fire. He should have got Drake Ghostwriter on this drink. I didn't want to say how what I can do type shit.
well, that wasn't the one to do.
My fault, K-Dot. You my nigga.
But hold on, though. Like, to me though,
Get the camera on my man. Make sure he's seen, bro.
to me though, like Kendrick, he dissed the big three, but it wasn't meant for like J. Cole. Like to me, if J. Cole felt like, man, I don't even want to respond, like, and he didn't respond, would we be hyping it up like we're J. Cole? No, we still looking for Drake. We still like this meant for Drake.
Nah,
so
you right.
like it really don't matter what Cole wouldn't have did. We wouldn't have been like, like this meant for them anyways.
Yeah.
Like
I said it.
The Drake and Kendrick joint is what we've been seeing this.
Yeah.
We've been waiting on this to happen for a long time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Drake need what he need to do.
So we ready to talk about Drake?
we acknowledge what happened. Now,
Let me hold this right quick. Drake did it what he needed to be done.
Drake GBT win.
And then,
Drake GB. Don't play with it.
Drake, whenever you see this, just know I knew it was you. I knew it was you.
I 95% knew.
When you drop that gun, I'm gonna be doing the Tootsie slide. Just know. Oh good.
oh man,
nah,
what's up?
He murdered them.
yeah.
That shit was
He said some
hard.
shit.
Every
Yeah,
level.
bro. Like every line was hard as fuck.
On every level, bro. This some ether type shit. Like this
Yeah,
is
big
one of the
facts.
best diss songs.
Yeah,
Nah, facts.
This how it had
Facts.
to go.
But he had to.
Where you at, Kendrick?
Kendrick had to, bro.
Dez right beats. You know, have y'all noticed?
Oh, damn. Hey,
Yo,
screenshot that
You saw that?
shit. Screenshot that shit.
That look like the Mr. Krabs. The SpongeBob.
Oh man.
Classic, bro. That's classic.
Have y'all noticed?
Yeah, okay.
Take the knee, my boy.
Have y'all noticed the types of beats they've been all using, bro? All these like, we just gonna like take a hype Southern joint or whatever, like an old school joint, just put some trap joints on it. Like they all doing the same type of situation. Man, AI.
Hey, bro.
The AI.
Hey, if AI make this,
It's GPT, period.
Yeah, bro.
Don't play with it.
Yeah, nah. Drake murdered him. You know what I'm saying? And now Kendrick got to respond.
Yeah, no way.
But Kendrick is cool though because
But what if that wasn't Drake?
Nah, we moved on. We had a whole 30-minute discussion. We moved on.
We on it.
if it is Drake,
Now we all believe it.
if it's Drake,
Yeah.
then Kendrick is in the clear. Kendrick got, you know what I'm saying, kind of slapped in the face with this one. But Kendrick was only doing the feature, bro. Drake had a lot of time to do what he, you know what I'm saying, to cook. Now it's Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, and this is what we gonna see, you know what I mean?
I say this. I said this too. I feel like the weakest part. Now the diss is fire, but the weakest part of the diss is not an official release, and that's some super Drake shit. Like
Exactly.
we ain't
Exactly.
Gonna, I feel like we ain't gonna never know if was this meant to come out. Was this a leak? Now we can do it. Now we can speculate. Was it even him? We need the album art on iTunes, whatever Spotify. We need the same energy that Kendrick and Cole had from Drake, and this just need to come out. And then, cause I feel like Kendrick can get away now. Like he don't have to respond, cause it's a leak, bro. It's like Or Kendrick could drop a leak, but then that shit turning weak. This shit,
Yeah,
like we need this
like,
shit
what are we
officially
doing?
out,
Hey
bro.
Drake, you need to caption that junk, not deleting later.
Kendrick needs to drop a junk called The Plumber because he came to address the leak. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hire me, bro. You know what I mean? I can be in the chat. K.GPT, you know what I mean? The plumber coming soon, you know what I mean?
Enough. All right. Well, I mean, we officially at time, so we want to knock out a few of these underground AF submissions. But when I pull it up, man, all I see is crime in the city, man. C-Made, you want to explain this?
Yeah. Ah, shit. I'm the underground.
You the whole playlist. Let's get it.
Yeah.
So this week for Underground AF, we decided to take it somewhere different. I've been sitting on hella music just on my hard drive with a bunch of people that is never gonna come out. And I was just sick of listening to it in a silo or playing it with my friends when I pull it up. I was like, where the fuck can I put this music? Like, I can't put it on iTunes. I can't drop it on Sound, whatever. I need somewhere to put it where other people can listen to it and vibe and fuck with it just as much as I did. So Underground AF was the perfect place. And so I dropped the whole compilation. I'm not sure how many songs, but it got some dope ass. I got Puncho on there. Now that's not coming out. The one with Puncho is for sure coming out.
So we not playing that.
We not playing with that motherfucker. But the rest of these songs probably not coming out. Man, we got Ty Dolla $ign on here. Pat. We got Wiz Khalifa. We got Jazzy on here, man. We got Slamaroni on here, bro. It's a great little compilation. I've been listening to it like on repeat, and I'm like, man, this will make a very hard album if some of this shit can officially be good. We in the out with it. It's where it's supposed to be.
So what I'm playing, bro?
Let's play High on the Way since Punch out here. Then let's say High on the Way. Let's play that first jump. Let's play that Ty jump. This Ty Dolla $ign Project Pat Wiz Khalifa. Pull it up. I don't know if you heard this. Joe Possum was stupid.
Bad like skin, get food out. Redhead wanna get a tan, get food out. Top down, bring the pot of dough out. You need to keep in the can, bring the food out. Miami, get food out. Shorty got a get 30 on a bus down. She might be the bitch I'll get cussed out. She got bukus of ass, shots in her ass. Pussy so wet you could pour you a glass. Got these hoes mad, she stay in her bag. The bitch got your bag, Chanel in her bag. A good bitch with class, I went in my stash. Bought her a ticket, none less than first class. Gucci Dior, boss like Keisha K. Moore. Fashion Nova, Lil Louis store. Man, she on go, stay on her throat. No taking Instagram pics on the road. Trip after trip off, sip after sip off, lip off. Squeeze on my dick like a trigger. Get food out. Yeah, wanna get a 10, get food out. Top down, bring the pot of dough out. Miami, get food out. Shorty on the knee, poolside at Pump House. Get 30 on a bus down. She might be the bitch, I'll get cussed out. Nigga, I'm the shit, get flushed out. Too much traffic to the crib, take another route. Ever in the gym, help my brother out. If it ain't about the money, tell him cut it out. If it is, cut me in. Cup of gin, couple friends. Used to walk around with cash in the rubber band. Smoking, don't kill, no sun is there. With the wheels down, we about to land. Shorty get flued out. Nigga at home, she like fuck her man. Pocket full of faces all blued out. Rolling up while they bring the food out. Naked girl chilling in my pool house.
That's tough. That's fine.
Them niggas went stupid.
Yeah. So that was Ty Dolla $ign, Project Pat, and Wiz Khalifa flued out. It's all available on Underground AF. Y'all didn't really know that people been working with people for years.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that shit like 8 years. That shit was that was a dope jump too. I feel like that's one of the first like me and Pat really locked in on some shit because it was just me, Pat, and Ray in the session. Like we had Ty vocals and we had Wiz, but I felt like we had Pat vocals too. And we just kind of, that was like the first time Pat really saw like, damn, like I'm really cold. Like he was like, oh, you really made. I made that shit in like 5 minutes. I just had an acapella. Ty did all that. Like he did all them like singing jumps. I just had the acapella and tempo. And we just are. And then I got it, bro. I don't know if y'all know who Crazy Mike is, but Crazy Mike is like the legend behind all 3-6 shit. He mixed all day, like all that shit you be hearing, Infamous, like all that sound. 50, 65%. It's Paul and Jay, and then the rest of the percentage goes straight to Crazy Mike. That nigga is a fucking legend. And that was my first time getting a chance. I ain't meet him, but I got a chance to talk to him because I had to talk to him about like some tempo shit and sending over some vocals and shit. And he fucked with the beat. Like that's just a big moment for me, bro.
That's what's up, man. What we playing next, my brother?
Next, let's get. How many we doing? One more.
We can go 3.
3. All right. For the second one, let's play the Jazzy joint.
Play the Jazzy.
That was a good night too. Niggas was in this room. See, let's play the
Was
Jazzy
that in the hotel?
Yeah, this the one we did in the hotel.
Yeah. I still got footage from it. That was a cool night.
Yeah,
that was an interesting night.
Yeah, it was a fire night.
You got mad stories out there.
Yeah, she shot a video in the city.
Yeah,
then we went to the hotel downtown and kicked it and made a little.
Yeah, that was an interesting night. I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got Jazzy back.
I had to get a lot of my bitches up. They cost too much, it wasn't adding up. I'm out here with the shits. Stayed inside till I stacked it up. Yeah, I got a stash. I'm in my bag. Pocket full of cash. Bitch, I'm in my bag. Oh, fuck, I wish you were. Time to wait, so bitch, I wish you well. Don't punch a clock, fuck a 9 to 5. I'm in the studio for 9 to 12. Yeah, ooh, PM ain't no style. It ain't no foul, y'all just like to fly. Yeah, and I'ma do my Diddy bop. It's hot girl season, so the city hot. Oh, hey, when you feel on your badass, ball shit, you ain't tripping over nothing. Sauce be spilling on the carpet. This ain't no movie, but they wanna see the kill all of my bitches up. They cost too much, it wasn't adding up. I'm out here with the shit. Stayed inside till I stacked it up. Yeah, I got a stash. I'm in my bag. Pocket full of cash. Bitch, I'm in my bag.
And that's Bag by Jazzy.
That needs to come out.
Produced by C Mage.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a random night. We all tired as fuck in the hotel.
Man, that was a cool ass night though.
Cool ass night though.
That was on the 214. Was that? Is that the?
That was on the 214. Yep,
on the 214. NPC Live.
NPC Live straight out.
Yeah.
Cook the beat. Nah, did I cook? Yeah, I think I cooked. Yeah, that shit was great. That was
good right there. I remember that shit. That was a good night. We got the last one.
That night, bro.
It was a good night.
It was a good night. That's all you said.
It was a good night.
It was a good night.
That's gonna come out in the memoirs, man. You stay tuned. You know what I'm saying?
We really focused. We was locked in.
We was super locked in. It was locked in 24 hours.
24 hours. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Did he? No, did he? Right, let's get into it. We gonna do High on the Way. We gonna do the punch out the High on the Way, nigga.
High on the Way?
And with that.
Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go. So we got Puncho, Nick Lanos or Lanos?
Is it Lanos?
Lanos and Bankroll T, High on the Way.
That man will never know what his name gonna be, bro.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, this joint right here, bro.
I like it.
This joint right here is crazy.
High on the way to the party, on the way to the party, high on the way to the party, on the way to the party, high on the way to the party, on the way to the party, high on the way to the party, on the way to the party, high on. Bitch says he high on the way to the party, told her get back, bitch, tell these smarties. White bitch slide in the whip, call her Carly, get out the perks too late, yeah she know I get beat, she cross fade and she gone, she come off so jaded, thought she poppin', poppin' a Molly, it go through her body, she want me, but I thought she rockin'. It's a party for the whole day, rollin' my pockets to my right. 3 years from now, I want 3 men for a show. They show in the club unless I get like yo. All the love, I'm just seeing thotties. Jellies and blunts, they got our topics on. Gotta stay on the cover, here come paparazzi. Pour the shit fast and drip down our body. Yeah, I keep coming, man, yeah, I keep coming. All these narcotics, man, yeah, I'm psychic. He heard I was coming, you know it's chaotic. I brought my game with me, you know that's
it's ironic. Yeah, it's ironic. She want me be honest, I really don't want it. I stop all the funding. I got all my books, so you can't do no sunning. I can't stop the stacking from Monday to Sunday. On the way to the party. 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 On the way to the party.
Hold on. You gotta let that hoe ride just a little bit. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we got one more level there. We good. Yeah, we gotta finish this shit. Yes, sir.
Y'all did that thing with that shit. I like that. No, period.
That's just fine.
Yeah, we gotta finish that.
C major. You wild.
You wild. This you wild.
You know what I'm saying? C major. You wild. That's yours. You keep that, bro. You keep that. No, I haven't. You know what I mean? It just came to me. You know what I'm saying? And when I last switch up, I was like, "Yo, this is wild. How can I express this?" You know what I mean?
No, that's crazy.
Nah, it's a tag team. That's the squad. We gotta finish that. We done there.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, we still building.
Me and my bros, like, we was actually high as fuck on the way to a party. We played a beat, like we just playing. We always playing type beats, going anywhere, just freestyling, and shit. I forgot, just somebody high on the way. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this shit hard and shit. Like it was old as fuck before we even recorded this. Like we was like, hey bro, we always gotta like do that song. Like we came up with it one time. We was on the way to the party and shit. C Mage and we just got in the studio, locked in. Got it, bro.
Fire,
That's
fire.
how you do it, man. Shout out Outer Space.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Man, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
I will, as soon as this joint is over. Well, man, that's been another episode of Type B, the producer podcast. I should probably put myself on the screen. Yeah. My name is I Make Mad Beats. This has been my cast and guests.
LJ1S.
Shaniqua the strategist.
Unique, period.
Official Kid Maestro.
Life's lucky.
Puncho.
The wild one. C major, slow down.
It's cool, bro. You can spank on me, bro. It's straight, bro.
That being said, y'all have a good evening, afternoon, morning.
All that.
Yeah.
Stay dangerous. Do both of you neither. Peace.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's for sure.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit. Here we go again.